Whatever it was that you felt when you heard of the announcement of the general election, I bet it wasn't a frisson of excitement that it came in the days leading up to the celebration of the Holy and Undivided Trinity. Not unless, like me, you're a bit of a political theology geek. Now, I know that if at all possible, you will positively want to attend church this Sunday to celebrate a feast from which most preachers actively run. But I venture to tempt you with just one of the words that I will be using this Sunday in my own sermon, weaving together an appreciation of the Holy and Undivided Trinity at the beginning of a season of heightened political activity. The one word is interdependence. In political theory, interdependence describes a situation in which intensive transactions flow between individuals, communities, countries. And those intensive transactions are money, goods, resources, information, and they flow across borders, from house to house, and through communities. When there's stability in the flow, in other words, an equal dependence one upon the other, when there's sensitivity, an equity of vulnerability of each other to the actions of the other, then there is potential for the mutuality of flourishing of both. But when there exists an imbalance, when one is more dependent upon the other, then there's the risk of one party being substantially disadvantaged by the actions of another. The flow of international aid could be cut off from a richer country to a poorer one. The food bank locally could be closed. Social fund payments given by the state could be substantially restricted. So where that sensitivity is absent, where power and manipulation enter into the relationship, then asymmetry, suffering, toxicity enter the relationship. The doctrine and mystery of the Holy Trinity has been described as a dance in which each part, Father, Son and Holy Spirit, or Creator, Redeemer and Sustainer, enter into a dance where there's a flow of mutuality, interdependence, equity, sensitivity and vulnerability. And that dance and that flow is the foundation and the model of all relationships, which are good and life-giving, whether those relationships are individual, communal, or international. When the Spirit of truth comes, he will lead you into all truth. So as the jagged and competing dance of national politics comes ever more turbulent in the coming days and weeks, ask yourself which party it is that in some way, and none will do it enough, but in some way reflects that interdependence, that mutuality, that equity, that vulnerability we see in the dance of the Holy and Undivided Trinity. And how it is that you participate in the dance, how sensitive, vulnerable you are to those with whom you dance, how much you appreciate the intricacy of the interdependence that we all share as mortal creatures, inhabitants of a fragile planet, held in the love of the dance of the Trinity.